Hey, it's Jen Thoden from yourcolorstyle.com, and in this video we're going to talk about the color yellow. Specifically, what shade of yellow looks good on you. So, believe it or not, yellow, everybody can wear yellow. It's a primary color. So, I made a very similar video with the color red because it's a primary color, and I'm going to do the same here for yellow. And primary in the color wheel means that there's no colors to create yellow. Yellow is simply the hue, and therefore it is the primary color. Because it is a primary color, it becomes a universal color, but it has to be a true neutral yellow, meaning that there is no red added to it or blue added to it. It's a true neutral yellow. So starting with that idea, everyone can wear that hue of yellow. What gets tricky is that to find the perfect yellow is just about impossible. So what I want to do is I want to share with you some ways to think about the color yellow and how it changes and how how this particular color will look good on you if you have the right kind of yellow. All right. So this is based on my color system, Your Color Style, which is based on two different color wheels. You have a bright color wheel and a soft color wheel. A person can either wear colors from the bright color wheel, meaning that the colors in general have a clear chroma. There's no gray added to them, so they're not muted off the bat. And then black is added to darken and white is added to lighten. And you could be wearing colors from the bright color wheel, or you may wear colors from the soft color wheel. These colors start out with gray added to them to soften and mute them, and then black to darken and white to lighten. So the first rule of thumb and the first decision you need to make in the Your Color Style system is which color wheel will you wear best? Okay? And based on that, it really will dictate what color yellow you can wear. All right, so let's first start out with bright. And by the way, you can get more information on the color wheel system, Your Color Style, at yourcolorstyle.com. If this is a new concept to you, there's lots of information out there that you can start with. And so this goes in now a little bit deeper into a specific hue. So right here in front of me, I have the bright colors of the color wheel. And if you can wear bright, clear chroma colors, then you can wear some of these colors. So in the center here, marked with a star, is I'll use the word neutral for lack of a better word, the primary color of yellow. It's perfectly neutral, meaning no red has been added and no blue has been added. It's simply yellow. And 6C here, this row is the medium medium value, meaning no black or white has been added just yet. So this is very, very bright yellow. Might be intense for most people, but if you add a little white, you can wear it. If you add some black, you start to get into almost like an olivey green chartreuse look to the color. This is a reason why it's sometimes very mysterious for someone who has cool undertones to still be able to wear an olive green or chartreuse. At first, you might say, well, that's a warm color, so why can someone with cool undertones wear that color? It's because it started out as a true yellow with black added, and that is why someone with cool undertones can wear that yellow. All right, so in the seasonal color analysis, which is not this, but just to relate to it, you may discover that someone who is a pure or clear winter, who typically wears dominantly cool colors, can still wear chartreuse, and this is the reason why. So with the star in the middle here, whether or not you have warm undertones or cool undertones, you can wear these colors, provided that you have bright coloring, a clear chroma. Okay, so this is your color wheel. Now I'll show you soft here in just a moment. And the same color theory applies. As you start adding a little bit of red to yellow, you start to warm it up and you start to fall into the more true warm colors. So and to the left here, as the color gets warmer, you start to look at golden yellows and marigold, which is almost an orange, but not quite an orange yet. We're getting there though. It's really warming up. These are the colors that can be worn with someone with warm undertones. and never, honestly, by someone with cool undertones. So starting from the star over to the left, if you have warm undertones, these are the colors that you can be wearing. As you add touches of blue, you start to cool the color down. Now, yellow is on the left side of the color wheel, meaning it is generally considered a warm color, even though you may be able to wear it because it's a primary color. But as soon as you start adding some blue to it, you start to leave that safe zone of the primary color and you start to tip into these spring greens here, as you can see by number 7, and as you can see here by number 7. So although these colors are starting to cool off, they're still fairly warm because they're on the left side of the color wheel. So don't let that fool you. This is also the very reason why some people with cool undertones can still wear lime green. It's because at this point, you're now right there getting ready to tip over into the cool side. So when you're up there at the very, very top of the color wheel, this is where some judgment and personal preference comes into play. And you can actually kind of bridge that gap right here. But for the most part, these are going to be, even though they're cooler colors, because they're starting to march over into the cool side of the color wheel, they're still considered warm colors. In fact, so all of these are considered warm colors. If you have cool undertones, the neutral yellow is the colors that you can wear. The ones on the left, never. And on the right, sometimes you really have to just be very discretionary on what really looks good on you, okay? So the same is true for soft. Now this is with gray added. As you can see, especially with yellow, because it seems to be really sensitive to gray, really grays out these colors and softens them. And in a way muddies them quite a bit. And this is great for people who really cannot at all tolerate clear chroma color. These are the colors that you can wear. The same theory applies as in when you drop some red into that yellow, you're going to start to come over here into the beigey golden colors, camels and so forth, and the deep mustards. And these are the colors that you can wear if you are soft, wearing colors from the soft color wheel and have warm undertones, and you can wear these colors. And then over on the right, the same is true. You're going to add some blue and start to have these colors are looking more and more green. But believe it or not, they're still very warm greens and not for someone with cool undertones. A person with cool undertones can wear, again, the neutral primary yellow here with white or black added. And as you can see, when you add a little gray to yellow, it really starts to look almost a little green, very, very gray, and in a way, a little bit cool. Now, if you have warm undertones and you're seeing this column here, you might think, I would never wear those colors. I would agree to a point, meaning that antique moss on someone with soft, warm undertones is going to look great. Where it starts to fall apart, in my opinion, is when you start to add white to it. I believe that the soft lemon yellow, banana, and even lighter look really great on someone that is soft with cool undertones, but not so hot on someone that's soft and warm undertones. I think because, and this is my theory on this, it's because when you add white or black to a color, you automatically start to soften it a little bit. It's not the same thing as adding gray, but you do soften it a tiny bit. You also are cooling it off just a tiny bit. And so when you're adding gray to yellow, you've kind of cooled it a little bit. And then when you're adding white to it, it's cooling it off even more. And so now what happens is when you look here at soft lemon yellow, you've got a pretty cool yellow, even though it's the primary yellow. And I think it looks much better on someone that has cool undertones. So if you have warm undertones, I highly suggest that once you get to E and F, which are the inner rings of the color wheel, it's these lighter right here, you could probably come over here and maybe wear the buttery yellow or the light lemon yellow. You'd have to see, but somewhere right here is probably a better choice for you than right here because it is a little bit just a little bit warmer than, because it has no gray added to it, just white. And so somewhere in between there. I know it's not, black and white, meaning sometimes you have to break the rules a little bit and cross over. And this is one of those cases where for yellow, and I don't say this for all the colors. Most of the time you stay within your color wheel and you're good. But for yellow, because it seems to get so gray and muddy, if you have warm undertones and you like that lighter yellow, I highly recommend actually, even if you have soft and you wear it from the soft color wheel, that you can actually brighten up a little bit here with the buttery yellows and light lemon yellows. Okay, so that is how you can decide whether or not you've got the right yellow for you. You can determine whether you have soft coloring and tone or bright coloring and tone, and choose your color wheel, and then understand what yellows you're looking at. So this is the sheet that I was referring to throughout this lesson. If you would like a copy for yourself so that you can have it on hand or print it, go to this URL, and the link will also be in the description below the video, and you can get a copy of this sheet and have it on hand. It's a great reference, especially if you love this color and you want to be able to have it to figure out which one looks best on you. Thanks for watching. I'm Jen Thoden. If you like this content, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. There's lots of inspiration and color theory lessons out on this channel.